Hello. One of you is adorable and asked me for a tutorial on the eye makeup I was wearing in one of my previous videos. So I'm going to do that for you. I've already got my base on and my eyebrows. Please don't judge the eyebrows. I accidentally shaved nearly half of my eyebrow off the other day, so they're very uneven, but we move. I already have my base on. In this look, you do kind of put glitter under here, so you could put your foundation on second, but it's better to put it on first because then you don't have to worry about blending the sides in. Although the shadows that we're using do have some fallout, so it's kind of annoying, but you can just flick the fallout away. Also, don't judge my hair. Let's get cracking. Everything I use, products and brushes, etc. will all be linked down below. I will tell you quickly, but we'll keep it short. We're going to go in with the BPerfect Carnival 2 palette, which is the Love Tahiti palette. I've never tried this before, but it was given to me for Christmas, and oh my god, it's great. It looks like this. We're going to grab this blue colour here, which is called Lagoon, and I'm grabbing it on a Morphe M506. I've dipped with my brush into there, and we're going to put that in the crease. Obviously, for this look, you don't have to use all the stuff I'm using. You can use anything that kind of works for you, or anything you have, really. So there's the basic shape of the blue. We want to blend it a little bit, so I'm going to take it out slightly. I'm showing you this tutorial on this eye because this is my better eye. I'm then going to do this eye off camera every time so it kind of catches up. This eye is better because I have kind of smoother skin. On this side I have some scarring and stuff, so it's not as good. So little circles and pulling as you make the little circles, just to try and get that product blended in a little bit of a wing. With colours like this, you can literally blend and blend and blend all day. The longer you blend, the nicer it'll look, really. You can blend with little circles, you can blend with big sweeps, it's kind of up to you. This looks a bit wild now, but it will all come together at the end. So we've got this kind of wingy type shape of the blue, and I'm going to grab a big brush to just diffuse the edges. I've got here the Morphe E62. Obviously, you use whatever you have. This is just a clean brush, and I'm just taking it over those edges. You can use another kind of lighter blue to diffuse this, but to be honest with you, I don't really think it's necessary. So what you can do as well to make sure your blend is really nice is look directly into a mirror. I've got a mirror just there, and then you can look at the shape of it straight on rather than looking at it from the side. Look at it straight on and kind of get a little peek at that shape. This is a tiny bit patchy. I've filmed this look twice now, so this is the second time, and this colour's been just a tiny bit patchy both times, so just grab a little bit extra and then blend that in. We're going to put a wing on here, so we're not too fussed worrying about the bottom of this blend. So I'm going to go off camera and do this on the other side, and I'll be back in just a sec. Sometimes with a look like this, what you really don't need is to add more pigment. What you actually need is just to kind of move around the pigment that you have. So if you look at this, you can see this is not the right shape. It's also not deep enough in here. The crease on this side is darker, so you want to darken it up in the crease, but you don't actually want to put more product anywhere in this area. So when you're blending a dark color like this, you never want to place color down in basically this entire area. You don't want to be putting color there, you just want to put it in the crease, and then you're going to blend it out. You're not going to put it here, because then you'll suddenly realize that this dark area is all the way up here and it looks not quite as cute. I will be the first to admit it's pretty hard to get both sides of the shadow looking the same, and it takes a long time, and you can stare at it for ages and it still isn't quite perfectly even. But once you've got the rest of the colours on and the lashes on, it's not as annoying. But if you look at this, also my eyebrows are different because life, but if you look at these two eyes, they're quite different. But you know, all you can do is kind of add and keep looking and add and keep looking and aim for the best that you can get. Generally with this, what makes it look a little bit uneven is that my wings aren't quite the same. So where it's winged out, this one is winged out differently than this one. And that's just one of those things that is pretty difficult to change. So I might add a bit more here, but we're not going to go, you know, wild and crazy trying to get it exactly the same. It's just hard. This is the fun part. So next we're going to go in with this color in the top right corner of the palette. It's called Starlight. This is a really beautiful like duochrome color. It's basically a purpley kind of blue. It's very kind of crumbly pressed into the palette, but it's gorgeous. So I grab that on my finger. I find it just goes on best with a finger. And this is the part where if you're going to get fallout, you are going to get it now, but you can just brush it off. Also later, we're going to put this shadow under our eye, so don't worry about the fallout too much. So you're just going to do swiping onto the lid like that. Don't worry too much about getting really close to the lash line, because the lash line is going to be covered with liner and a lash band, obviously. So now that that is roughly placed down, I'm going to grab a little tiny blending brush. I'm using the Morphe E36. I'm taking a little dab of that on my brush. I'm just going to blend the edge of that glitter just to make sure that it kind of blends in, and you can see it's kind of fallen out a little bit under there. Doesn't matter too much because we're going to put the wing on and you won't really see that. There is the glitter on. Don't panic too much if it's not neat. We want to look like a mermaid that's just been cheated on and is crying about her boyfriend leaving her. It's going to be very glittery, falling down the face, and that's what we want. So don't worry if it's a bit messy. I've got a little bit of fallout on my cheek, but we're just going to ignore that. There's several steps to this. The next one is going to be a nice, fat, long winged eyeliner. It's kind of notoriously difficult to get a winged eyeliner to match, particularly if you're going to put on a lash. So I'm going to put some effort in to try and get them the same. We're going to go for a nice catty wing, so a nice fat bum of the wing here with a sharp end, and it's going to be quite skinny along the length of the eyelashes. I'm using NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is like £7. Honestly, it's amazing. I've used it for years and years and years, and it's fantastic. So I'll try and do this as straight on for you as possible. I filmed this video before and I spent the entire time kind of at an angle, so you never got the straight on look. So I'm going to do my absolute best to get this as similar as I can. So let's go. This eyeliner is drying out a little bit, but I've had it for absolutely ages. It's so good. So we'll give this just a little kiss along this line. We want a bit, but we don't want anything crazy. So this line is okay, but it's a little bit too skinny. So I'm gonna go under the bottom of the liner here and just add some depth. So I reckon that will about do. Once the lashes are on and stuff, it will look a lot better. And it's just an okay liner for now. If your eyeliners are supposed to be sisters, not twins, I don't think mine have even met, but they are okay. Once we get a lash on, it'll be fine. Before I do the lash, I'm going to chuck on some mascara. I'm using the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home Mascara. It's fine. The box is a lot nicer than the actual packaging of the actual thing. I think it's quite new because I've not seen it before. I only got it recently. It's all right. I've had better mascaras. I've had worse ones too. I am kind of one of those people who thinks mascara is mascara at the end of the day. Although having said that, the Benefit Roller Lash is pretty brilliant. So that's mascara on the top lashes. We're going to deal with the bottom lashes and all that in a minute. So I'm going to put my lashes on and I'll be back in a sec. Usually I use Kiss lashes, but I've ordered some online. They've not come yet, so I'll use them in a future video. But for now, I have the Perfect Girl London Brit Rocks lashes, which are just like some cheap ones I got from Savers. I think they're going to be a bit dramatic, but they should be all right. All eyelashes are not created equal. So these are kind of crappy ones. They're probably going to be okay. I've not tried them before, but I ordered a bunch off Amazon the other day and they were fucking shocking. If you look at the video that I'm copying this makeup look from, I was wearing the Amazon ones in that video, and honestly, they look awful. They have no like flutteriness. They're very straight and just not very flattering, so they're not the best. I will link my favourite lashes in the description down there. They are the Kiss lashes in the style Organza or Corset. Both of those are my favourites. Just waiting for my eyelash glue to dry. Like, you know what? I take it all back. These lashes are actually really, really pretty. They're just fluttery enough that they've got a nice kind of whimsical look. And oh my god, they are the perfect size for my eye as well. So wow, that might end up being a bit of a game changer. That lash is really beautiful. If you want a bit of a laugh, I've got a really old video called Eyelashes for Dummies. I'll chuck it up in the cards now. And it's me when I was like 20, being really funny and awkward, trying to show you how to put on eyelashes. But I still use the same techniques in that video. So I'll link it if you want to watch it. So there are the lashes on. I can't complain actually, they're quite pretty. So what we're going to do now is get the bottom lash line involved. So we're going to grab a Morphe M508, it's just a little flat brush like that, and I'm going to go in with the colour Lagoon, same colour I used on the top, that blue, just under the lash line. We really want this light and diffused. We don't want a really heavy blue under there. So we're just going to give it a gentle little whoosh of colour. There's that colour placed down. I'm just going to diffuse it out with a clean MAC 210. There's nothing on there. Just going to get that a bit blended. We really don't want this to be too crazy. There we go. So that's the blue under the eyes done. I'm going to throw a black pencil with my waterline real quick. And now we're going to get onto my favourite part. This is the really fun part. We're going to go back into the Carnival 2 palette, grab this colour here, which is called Starlight, and I'm going to grab it on a little Morphe E36. This feels counterintuitive, but you just have to trust yourself. So tap that off so you don't get too much fallout. And what we're going to do is start to form little cryy tears. So we're just doing this as like a backing for the tear to give us the general shape. We're going to use other products to get proper glitter, but we're just placing this down here. And this is why I say you don't really need to worry about fallout in this look, because if you get fallout, it's kind of just going to tie into the look anyway. That brush isn't really quite giving me the payoff I want, so I'm going in with it on my finger. Oh, that's more like it. So I've just smudged it in. We'll go under as well. And we want it to look like we've been crying magical mermaid tears. We're just heartbroken because our boyfriend swam off and left us for some other hoe. We want that messy, kind of glamorous and glittery, but still quite messy look. So smudge it down with a finger. I'll do that on the other side. And don't panic if it's looking really messy. It's okay. Once we've gone in with the glitter and stuff, this will just form a backing for the glittery bit. So there's the glitter. It's falling from our eyes. We're just absolutely heartbroken. Can't believe he did this to us. We are grabbing a glitter. Now this look is kind of dependent on this glitter. I'll try and find it and throw it in the description. If I can't find it, what you want is a loose glitter like this, which has got, I have to look in the viewfinder to see if you're actually seeing this, but it's got a mixture of, oh, I just poured it everywhere. It's got a mixture of tiny and big chunks. You've got some little stars and you've got some little tiny blobs of glitter. What we want is the little chunks. We don't want the big chunks of glitter. We just want the tiny little chunks. I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll link a few kind of similar glitters in the description, or this one if I can find it. It's also got in there little tiny stars, and we're going to use one of the stars for this look, but you can use any glitter you find, any shape, any star, whatever you want. I'm going in with my gummy and horrible overused MAC 209 and a little bit, oh, I'm absolutely covered in glitter, and a little bit of eyelash adhesive on the back of the hand like that. I put quite a lot so it takes a while to dry, gives me some time to work. And what we're going to do is take a skinny little brush, whatever you want. I've got the MAC 209, any tiny brush will do. Don't buy MAC because they're not cruelty free. I just have it, so I've been using it for ages. MAC brushes, although they're not cruelty free, they last an absolute lifetime. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this glue in a little V. So we're going to dab the glue under the eye like that. Hopefully you can see this. We're dabbing the glue under the eye like that, and then we are dropping it down. So we're kind of encouraging it to follow this droppy shape. But the beauty of glitter is that it's so kind of messy and chunky that this is never gonna be wrong. So whatever you do, have the confidence and it will come out great. Then we're gonna dip into our glitter and we're just gonna grab a few of those little chunks and we are just gonna place them under the eye. A few at a time, not the stars, just the glitter chunks. And then we're gonna start finishing off the V, and then we're gonna start to place the glitter down the face. And if your glue starts to dry, just wipe your brush off, grab a bit more, place a little more there. It dries clear. That's the beauty of eyelash glue. You can decide how low you want this glitter to go. Personally, I like it to drop quite far down and be quite dramatic. There we have one falling glitter tear. I'm just going to put a little dot right at the bottom of the tear, and then I'm going to go back into my glitter, lick the brush, and grab just one of the tiny stars. So this pot has got I said "p" and got glitter everywhere. So I'm just grabbing one of those tiny stars and I'm going to place it right at the bottom of the tear. There you can see the tear's kind of falling and it's dropped down to a little star. Just gives it a finishing point. I'm going to finish this eye off now and then I'll just do the other eye and come back in a sec. So now that you have your glitter tear, it's looking beautiful, nice and dramatic. We're going to go into the very, very inner corner of our eye with this. It's a glitter eyeliner. It's called Distortion. It's from Urban Decay Heavy Metal. I love it. It's nearly run out, as you can see. I'm just going to kind of scrape around and try and get some out. I need to get a new one of these. I bought a new one and then I realised I bought the wrong bloody colour. So now I've got that, which is not quite as nice. It's not as reflecty and kind of turquoise. It's just white. So that's a bit depressing. Anyway, so grab the Urban Decay on there and we're going to haphazardly dab that into the corner of our eye. I did this once with my makeup and then I just realised that I can never live my life without putting glitter in my inner corner. Any look I do, even if it's like the sleekest, like black eyeliner with a red lip, whatever it is, I just like ache to put this glitter in my inner corner. And you can see that colour Distortion. It's just a tiny bit green, which is quite cool. Gives it like a mermaidy look. And then to finish off that eye, we're going to go in with some mascara on the bottom lashes. Got to be really careful because you've got glue and all sorts going on under there. Sometimes your eyelashes can get stuck to the glue. You have to be really careful. So just be careful when you put that initial glue down that you don't put it on your eyelashes. And there is that eye completely done. So you can see you've got the really kind of reflecty glitter and it's just one of my favourite things to wear. Even though it's so kind of crazy and dramatic, it's just so glittery and gorgeous and glam. I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be back in just a sec. When you're coming to that final stage to put the star on the other side, just look directly like straight into a mirror and eyeball it as best you can to try and get it straight. So that's the eyes all done. I'm going to chuck a lip on. Oh, my back of my hand is covered in foundation and glue. The feeling of peeling off eyeshadow glue is so nice. In that previous video, I used Mauve Wives from Fenty. I'm going to use that again. If you want to make it like super dramatic and mermaidy, you could use a green lip or a turquoise or pretty much whatever you fancy. I'm going with this Fenty one. This is not that flattering of a colour for this look, to be honest, but a nice matte nude might look nice with this. Anything, to be honest with you, will look nice because it's pretty beautiful, if I do so myself. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques B01 and I'm just going to look at the look and make sure that I've not got any fallout anywhere that I don't want it. So on my nose, got quite a lot on my face. We're finishing off with MAC Fix Plus. It's not cruelty free, so you can use any other one that you like, really. I'm also pretty convinced it doesn't do anything, but it smells great. So and this palette, this Carnival 2 palette, it's so great. If you're going to buy anything from Beauty Bay or anything from this video, this is what I would recommend. It's so nice. Even if you're not a massive fan of this look, there are so many colours in there. You can use, you know, any mixture of them to do any type of look. It's really cool. It's really dramatic, and the formula is great. Even the shimmers, like I'll show you some of the other shimmers. So you have Tahiti. That's beautiful. Hopefully you can see that. That's Tahiti. We've got Blue Moon, which is also gorgeous. That's Blue Moon. You've got Cocoa. There's so many like pretty colours in here. And all the mattes as well are so pigmented. So of all the things I've showed you, that is what I would recommend getting if you want to try anything. But yes, like I said, I will link everything I can possibly think of in the description that's related to this face. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If there's anything else you want to see me do let me know. I'm making this because of one of your requests. So if you have any other requests, hit me up and I will do them because I am so bored and YouTube is my favourite thing. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you very soon.